All right. All right. So I'm back again so soon. Maybe I'll call this part two of kind of a course introduction and segue kind of into this week, kind of what we're going to be doing this week. So primarily, first thing we want to do is think about getting this book and reading the introduction. This book is, as I mentioned in the last video, really accessible, really fun to read. So the introduction starts on page 3 is What Sticks. And it's really going to kind of lay the foundation for what we're going to kind of be doing in this course. And then I think there is a 2.5 page introduction in Grizz Writes to kind of help us also think about writing kind of in that way for our course just in general and how we're going to think about writing. While this is a good guide, I kind of do things maybe a tad differently, but I like there's a lot of cool principles that we'll use to make sticky, okay? Get them stickier. All right, so as I mentioned before, I'm going to try to use exclusively announcements as I'm going to send an announcement to you soon, as you've seen these two here. So when I use announcements versus just sending you an email, excuse me, they are going to then be collected right here. So if you, let's say perhaps, I think Corey sent out an email to us the other day, and he was talking about such and such, and it was about this and that and the other. So instead of having to go back through your email, you just hop right on here, look at announcements, and hopefully find what you're looking for a little quicker, right? Hopefully a little easier. Hopefully that's a little bit more convenient for you. So that's kind of how that will go. Then we have we've kind of looked at the syllabus a little bit. And of course, some of the stuff here I'm still putting together. So that stuff will be coming at you soon. And then to kind of think about this week too, there's 2 things due this week, and it's kind of think about discussions kind of in general. It's kind of a regular weekly thing, but this first thing we're going to do is a first week writing sample prompt. I'd like to kind of get a good idea of where everyone's at, so I can kind of make see if there's other things that maybe we need to cover in the course or whatever. So some point between now and Sunday, open up this file here, and then read through the instructions, and then just write your response to this writing sample. So so the stuff up here in italics is kind of like a introductory thing. So here's what this is. Why are you reading these 3 paragraphs? It's talking about mental health among students, and a couple of works cited, and it says this is just a writing sample. And so your essay you write should reflect your best effort to produce a clear, focused response. You're going to kind of make an argument, and then just submit that to Moodle this week. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because, like I said, this is just a sample. You interpret and do your best with that. It's not graded in the sense that I'm going to give it an A, B, C, or anything like that. It's just going to be, if you submit it, you get the points. I believe it's 20 or so points. So it's an easy 20 points. And it gives me an idea of kind of where everyone's at, so I can help everybody. And then you'll submit it here. So here is the notice. I'll designate these with assignment description. So that's just the assignment description. And then I'll call where you're actually going to submit it, Dropbox. I feel like those seem to be pretty much some universal terms. And then the other thing this week, and I'll maybe talk about this a little bit more as the week goes on, but this is kind of how our discussion forums will work when we do discussion forums in a week. So you'll read this one here specifically is about the introduction from this book. And so I say, after reading the introduction, provide an example of a sticky idea that you have learned that has stuck with you. Not an example from the book, but your own idea, something that you feel has stuck with you that you've learned about writing, maybe a recent experience that you had that, boom, it's like every single time you sit down to write, you've got this idea in your head, whatever it is. There's no wrong answer. It's just why you got an idea that's really, 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 really sticky that it's just stuck in there, right? You can't seem to get away from it. And then you'll use one of the principles that we read about to talk about why you feel it's sticky, right? Is it simple? And you'll read about those in the introduction. So you do that by Friday, and then by Sunday, you'll respond to 2 of your peers and just add to that conversation in that way. And I'll talk more about that later on in the week, but I'm running out of time again. So, all right, so that's kind of a basic overview of kind of what's coming up this week. I wish you all a most wonderful week. Stay